What if the secret to a bold, unforgettable, fantastic business building book was not in what you said, but in how you said it? In the film, The Grand Budapest Hotel, Wes Anderson blended layers of war, caper, drama, mystery, romance, comedy, creating something new, something different, something interesting. Well, in today's episode of Coffee with Karma, I'm going to be sharing with you 5 ways that you can borrow Wes's technique to make your business building book much more compelling. Hi, my name is Carma Spence, and I help executive coaches, business leaders, and consultants go through an experience that transforms them into the author they were meant to be so that they can write the right book that will grow their business and leave a legacy. And they're having fun at the same time. How cool is that? Also, if you are watching this video on YouTube, if you would do me a solid and like this video, subscribe to my channel, and ring the bell if you can find one. I've never found it. That way, the algorithm will know that this is a worthwhile video, that my channel is a worthwhile channel, and more people like you and people who want to write the right book can watch my videos as well. So let's get to the first tip. Mystery novels. Mystery builds tension in your nonfiction. It can sharpen your sense of pacing and your sense of stakes. Even in a nonfiction book about marketing, about health, about leadership, it doesn't matter. Using some of the techniques used in mystery novels, you can pull your reader through your book. Now, I just want to take a moment. I have always been a proponent of studying genres that you don't even write in because I think they make you a more well-rounded author, writer, person. And if you're using it to help you strengthen your writing, then it makes you a more well-rounded writer, able to pull things that someone who only studies their own genre can't do. So there's my little high horse for a moment. Now let's get back to the program. Tip number 2, adventure stories. These raise the stakes of your reader's journey. Adventure tales hinge on risk, urgency, and transformation. Think Odysseus. Think Indiana Jones. There's always a transformation that happens as the person's going through the adventure. Now, sometimes it's a tiny transformation, sometimes it's a big one. It doesn't matter. But these are key ingredients that are missing from many safe business books. The Grand Budapest runs like an adventure through a crumbling empire. It shows you how adopting this structure can make expertise feel thrilling and not tedious. Again, a little back. How do you take mystery, adventure, and the 3 genres I'm about to talk and infuse it into your nonfiction book? One technique is to just dive into that genre so that you start feeling its natural rhythm. Another is you can buy a book that's about how to write that particular genre. There is a book about how to write every kind of genre because there are people who want to do that genre and that's how they learn. So those are 2 different avenues that you can use to broaden your writing so that you can infuse these things into your book. Now, if you're liking this video so far, I recommend that you join me in the Backstage Blend, where you will get audio-only versions of these, plus behind-the-scenes content that I'm adding in slowly but surely. So, there are more ideas into every episode than actually 5. I'm going to be sharing some of those extra ideas in the Backstage Blend, and it's only $5 a month. So all you have to do is go right here to buymeacoffee.com/Carma Spence, and you can join the Backstage Blend, $5 a month. Very cool. All right, moving on. Romance novels. Add heart to your authority. Now, this one was a little bit of a challenge for me because I can't stand romance novels. They're just, I one time did an experiment when I was working at Walden Books back in the day. We had piles of them because we had a lot of people come in. That was like one of our hot sellers was romance novels. And we had piles of them in the back room. And I thought, what are these little old ladies reading, you know? So I picked one up and then I picked up another and then I picked up another and I would just randomly open them. And it didn't matter where in the book I opened. The heroine was either about to have sex, having sex, or had just finished having sex. Like, that gave me a very different perspective on those little purple-haired ladies coming in and buying them by stacks. Wow. Anyway, I do like, though, the rom-coms and the Hallmark movie kind of things. Those are kind of fun. They're light watching, they're kind of like the brainless fun. Both of those have these elements in it, which is the Grand Budapest Hotel has an understated love story that goes through the whole thing. It's woven through the chaos. And this shows you how romance can teach nonfiction writers to add emotional stakes because facts alone don't make readers care. Feelings do. So use the techniques from romance novels to layer in feelings. Let your readers feel the emotional transformation that goes along with whatever other transformation. So, for example, let's say you're writing a book about how to lose 5 pounds. Okay, there are practical things you need to tell them, eat this, exercise that, whatever your particular framework is, but also help them feel what it's going to be like to be 5 pounds lighter, physically and emotionally. Layer in the feelings. Number 4, fantasy. This expands the possibility of your frameworks. So there's a surreal, hyper-stylized world in Grand Budapest Hotel that invites a suspension of disbelief. Reading fantasy can help you learn how to imagine bigger possibilities even when explaining real world systems. And when I say fantasy, it doesn't have to be wizards and hobbits and things like that. There's a really good fantasy novel called The Mistress of Spices. And in that world, she's like a former demigoddess or something like that who had to go into human form, and she opens up a spice shop. And this is sort of magic realism where there's like layers of kind of magic layered onto the real world. That's fantasy too. And I think when you layer in fantasy into your client attracting book, what you're doing is you're helping your readers imagine what it'll be like to be at the end of that transformation. That's what you're drawing from fantasy, that ability to build a world that doesn't currently exist and help them step into it. You layer that with the feelings from the romance, and you've got a winning, potent combination that helps your readers not only see and feel what it's like to be at that end transformation, but it helps pull them there so that they're more successful. And 5, the 5th genre is historical fiction. Ground your ideas in time. The Grand Budapest Hotel shows the emotional weight of history on personal stories. So historical fiction and the techniques used to make that feel real and timeless can help you anchor your ideas in time, trends, or eras, making arguments feel bigger and more resonant. Now, there's a balance here. You don't want to do it so much that your book becomes dated quickly, but you want to root things in a way, it's almost like telling a history so that people see how our past helps inform our future. And that can be woven into your book as well. So there are 5 different genres that could help you write a better client attracting nonfiction book: mystery, adventure, romance, fantasy, and history. I hope you found today's episode helpful, and I will see you next week when I'll be back for more good stuff. And of course, Be sure to watch the next video, which will be popping up right here if it hasn't already. So there you go. This is Carma Spence saying ciao for now.